Hey, welcome to the YouGoin'Pro channel. We are here to give you some awesome, great content here at YouGoin'Pro YouTube channel. We help athletes develop proficiency in assisting their passion for the game they love. Hope everybody's all is well. Today is Friday, and I'm excited because today's topic is a new segment we're getting ready to talk about today. I'll put my glasses on. I'm gonna get right into it because I don't want to waste no time with people. And today's topic is what is the best way to teach a young child a sport? What is the best way to teach a young child a sport? We got a lot of parents that are trying to be coaches because they want to, keep them under their wing. I think that's a great thing. But at the end of the day, you can't be good at everything. Now, there's some guys that can coach. There's some guys that can't. There's some women that can coach, some women that can coach. And this is not for the people that can coach. But I'm just here trying to give you some valuable content that will be very helpful for the young youth today, because we know right now coaches are like dime a dozen. Back in the day, you can find coaches everywhere, but now we're going to get right into it because I want to keep no one, get right to the point. And the first thing we're going to talk about is this. One of the very valuable tips is this. Number one, let your kid, I'm sorry, my eyes, let your kids follow their own passion. Let your kids follow your own passion, their own passion. I said that because I coach high school baseball, I coach travel baseball, I played baseball as well. And I know that a lot of times that parents are doing things or persuading their kid or enforcing their kid or talking to their kids to play something that they didn't play. So it's very important to let the kids follow their own passion. But with that being said, I need you to encourage your children to explore different sports as well, because they're young, they're kids, they don't know, they're just trying. Let them choose the ones they enjoy the most, because if you do that, you'll help them stay motivated and engaged. So remember, tip number one. Tip number two is this: model positive behaviors. you know it's easy to go off. It's easy to just give up, quit, have an anger issue, or just have a tantrum. We know young kids, they do that because they're young. They're not equipped for the world yet. That's why we need young coaches. We need coaches that know how to handle kids. But with that being said, we're trying to help the parents, give them the right tools to be successful in youth sports. So, tip number two is very valuable, and very important. Model positive behaviors. Show your kids how to respect coaches and adults and teammates. Focus on the positive and teach them so they can learn from their mistakes. That goes back to accountability, teaching them how to be accountable, respect authority, respect your players, respect the peers. Because when you teach them that, they'll have a positive outlook no matter what the outlook may be. It can be good, bad, or indifferent. So let's work on that. Model positive behavior. That's tip number two. Tip number three: encourage and respect for coaches. Because, we're in 2024, going to 2025, and we know we have seen some very extreme behaviors from coaches, from parents, from kids, from everyone across the board. But let's not just focus on that. Let's focus on the good coaches like myself and some others that I know, someone that I grew up on, some of my friends that played Major League Baseball, someone that played the NFL. They had good coaches. Who can have good coaches? But with that, we need the parents to encourage and respect coaches. We need the parents to do that. Even if you don't like him because he's not playing Johnny Moore, he's not playing Sally Moore, you still got to respect him. It's like going to a job if you're working for someone and you do not like your job. Because I know There's a lot of places that I worked I do not like. I used to work at McDonald's. I didn't last there very long. You know, coming from a kid that played, I mean, a kid that had his own paper route at 13, I'm sorry, 12 years old, I had my own paper route. And I went out there every day and threw papers. I'm not trying to tell my age, but I'm just telling you what it is. Respect your coaches. So that's like respect your job, respect the person in charge, respect the manager. If we can teach them that, this world would be a whole lot better. But, having a coach is like a second mother or a second father. So, when you encourage and respect the coaches, you teach your kids how to listen to their coaches, how to respect their decisions. You have to agree with it, but respect it. Even if things don't go your way. Let's teach them that, parents. Very, very valuable. Encourage and respect for coaches. It starts with the parents. Tip number 4, teach good sportsmanship. Wow. Good sportsmanship. Let's talk about that. I mean, think about good sportsmanship. How often do you see good sportsmanship nowadays? I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen as much as it used to. You know, if we teach good sportsmanship, how do you teach good sportsmanship? Well, as a parent, we teach them how to emphasize the importance of being a good sport. We know what good and we know what bad is. So it's not like, this is not difficult. Whether they win or they lose, have a good attitude because they had an opportunity to go out there and play a game that they love or they're trying to learn. That includes congratulating the other opponents, handle the loss gracefully, handle the loss gracefully. You know, even if you lose, go out there, shake their hand. You can still be upset because you lost. But teach them loss is like a lesson. It's not necessarily a loss. Someone has to win and someone has to lose. You may win today, you may lose tomorrow. But I don't look at it like that. I look at it, every opportunity is a winning lesson on and off the field. On and off the field. There's moments that I had lessons, when I was younger, I call them losses, but I call it lessons, wins and lessons, because eventually you're going to win. It just depends on how you take it and how you look at it, because it's an opportunity for you to excel. And if you look at it that way, good sportsmanship will teach you a whole lot, because eventually you may be on the other side of winning. So if you teach them that, you encourage them. Good sportsmanship, no matter what happens, wins or loss. Even if you have a bad day out there, don't have a temper tantrum. And if you do have a temper tantrum, wipe off the dust, say, I'm sorry, get over it, move on. What have you learned from the lessons? Think about that. So powerful. Come on now. We can do this as parents. Tip number 5. Now, this is going to be a tip that most people don't want to talk about because of the economy. I can't afford it. But I have to say, listen, check this out. Tip 5, provide nutritional food options. Provide nutritious food options. Well, Coach Larry, you don't understand. I can't afford it. I can't afford to pay for this and pay for the bat and pay for the ball, or pay for the helmet, or pay for the soccer shoes, or whatever the case may be. Do what you can do. Just do what you can do. If you can't afford to give them a meal that's nutritional all week, maybe let's give them 2 days out of the week. Start off small. Don't despise small beginnings. Take advantage of every opportunity, because it's like this. And I talked about this in my podcast. I have a podcast, weekly podcast, and I talked about this. If you put bad gas in a good car, let's just call it a Lexus. If you put regular gas in a Lexus, it's not going to run. Let's call it what it is. It's not going to run. You know that. It's not going to run good. But if you put premium in a good car, it's going to run really good. It's the same thing. Provide good nutrition food options. Doesn't mean that you can do everything all the time, but start off little and gracefully grow up and grow into that, little bit by little bit. You know, as they say, how do you knock down an elephant? One bite at a time, one bite at a time. So provide nutrition food options. Ensure the kids have access to healthy food because their body can feel the difference and their energy. They'll be so happy on their performance because of the food. The energy they put is like gas. All right. That brings me to tip number six. Number six, help manage their emotions. I talked about that in one of my podcasts as well. With one of the coaches I interviewed, college coach, he talked about that. It's nothing wrong with having emotions. Let's just call it what it is. It's good to have emotions. It's great to have good emotions. And it's also good to have bad emotions. But how do we manage it? How do we manage our emotions? So, for example, just say you don't have the best management emotion skills. You're just not very good at managing your emotions. Just say you're not. And it's okay. Find someone that is and say, hey, Sally or Johnny, I'm not good. I don't have the answers how to handle this, but I'm going to take you over to Coach Laurie. I think that he can possibly help you. That would be great because then it tells the kid that it's okay to delegate something that I'm not good at yet. Think about that. Help manage the kids' emotions. Teach your kids how to handle emotional ups, downs of the sports because you're going to have, again, goes back to the other tip. You're going to have wins, losses, but I call it wins or lessons. Encourage them to stay positive and resentful. Continue to fight. Continue to look at it. It depends on how you look at it. How do you look at things? How do you see things? Remember that. That's tip 6. Help manage their emotions. And also with you as well. Lead by example. And if you can't do it, find someone that can. Tip number 7. Be proud of your kids. And don't give them this little, you need to show some enthusiasm. That's your kid. That's your fruit. That's your seed. That's your kid, boy or girl. It doesn't really matter. Be proud of your kids. Show the pride of going out there and giving the efforts, and achieving, regardless what the outcome is. That will boost their confidence and their self-esteem. Be proud of your kids. We want to build a confidence in their self-esteem. Now, let's be honest. Let's be realistic on some things as well. I'm the type of coach, I'm like a passive aggressive coach. I'm very enthusiastic, very emotional, but I know how to control my emotions. So with that, not trying to put anyone down, but listen to this. Just check this out. When you can manage your emotions, no matter what the situation is, people look at you different. They say, wow, hey, you see how you handle that? And then you lead them by example. There's an old saying, the fruit by the tree it hangs from. So you have to understand how to, be proud of your kids. It goes back to tip 6. Be proud of your kids no matter what the achievement is. And everyone, let's be realistic, everyone doesn't get a trophy. Let's talk about that. Everyone doesn't get a trophy. Just because you want to give them a trophy doesn't mean they deserve a trophy. Because if that's the case, there's a lot of hardworking people now today that deserve to be millionaires. There's a whole lot of people that don't deserve to have any money. There's a whole lot of people that deserve more or less. So just because you put the effort doesn't mean that you deserve to have a trophy. That's powerful. And that's real life consequences. Because at the end of the day, you may not be here. You're a parent. You may not be here all the time. But if you teach them the right thing and the right concepts and teach them, listen, your efforts and achievements, regardless of the outcome, you continue to boost their confidence and self-esteem because eventually they're going to win. They already won. It's how you look at it. Teach them how do they look at what it looks like. Teach them that. Be proud of your kids, the efforts, the achievements, regardless of the outcome. That will boost their confidence and self-esteem. That was tip 7. Tip 8, be present. Wow. Let's talk about be present. Attend all the games and practice you can. All of them if you can. Practices and games. Your presence shows the support and it keeps them motivated. Oh, you don't have to come, Dad. You don't have to come, Mom. Oh no, it does. Because eventually they're gonna be looking at that. They're gonna say, well, you know what? Mom, Dad doesn't come to games. So, why should I go out there and give him effort? You just never know how far it goes. Be present. Be present. These kids nowadays, show me better, you can tell me. Like the old saying back in the day, I'm from Missouri, the show me state, show me. Be present. Be present. That's tip number 8. Tip number 9, ask the right questions. And people says, well, there's no right or wrong question. I'm a coach. And I'm going to break it down. After practicing game, ask an open-end question like this. Here's an example. How did practice go? You ask the kid that. Or how did you feel about your game tonight? It's an open question. Here's another one. This shows interest without pursuing your child, pressuring your child, without pressuring your child. I'm trying to read my notes. So when you have an open question, open-minded question, it gives them more okay to think about. How did I do this? Well, how can I do better? Not because you're pressuring them, but you get them to think, did I do my best? And if you did your best, we can be proud of that. That's the question. That's what it boils down to. Ask the right question to your kid. Next question. Next tip. Tip 10, allow natural consequences. What do you mean by that, Coach Laurie? Tip 10, let your child make their own choices and face the natural consequences. This teaches responsibility and the value of hard work. Natural consequences. Cause and effect. You go put money in the bank, you have money in the bank. You don't put money in the bank, you won't have any money in the bank. Okay, here's another one. You study for a test, and you study each and every day, 30 minutes a day, you'll have the consequences, the effect of getting a good grade. Allow natural consequences. Natural consequences. Let them know that. They have to face their own choices and have natural consequences. There can be good consequences and there can be bad consequences. We know that. We're grown-ups. We know that. Just think about that. Natural consequences. Allow natural consequences. Tip number 11, encourage teamwork. Please encourage teamwork, especially if they're playing a team sport like baseball, football, basketball, soccer, softball, all of these sports. Actually, every sport has a team, if you think about it. A golfer has a caddy. It's a team. A boxer has a trainer. That's a team. The list goes on and on. So, encourage teamwork. Teach your kid the importance of working together with your teammates. This will help them develop social skills and understand the value of collaboration. I can't say that more better than that, because even though now we're in the age of kids are doing homeschool, they're doing more things on their own due to the fact of the lack of schooling that they feel the parents may feel they deserve, and that's their own preference. Encourage teamwork, no matter what. You cannot play on a team and be on an island by yourself, because when there's going to be a moment when the ball comes to you or when a situation comes, your team is going to encourage you because you encourage it. If you do all those things I just told you, all those 10 things we just talked about, encourage your teamwork. Teach your kids the importance of working together with your team. Teach them that'll help them develop more social skills and understand the value of collaboration, talking to one another. Even if they don't like it, it's okay. Just talk about it. It's okay. We're all human beings. We all have minds. We may think different, but we're trying to achieve the same goal. Teamwork can make the dream go. Last tip. Tip 12, set realistic goals. That's what we can do as parents. Help your kid set achievable goals and celebrate the progress. Celebrate the progress. Remember the progress, what they have achieved from the first day till right where we are now. This will keep them motivated and focused on their development. That's it. Hey, what is the best way to teach a young child a sport? This is Coach Laurie. And before I close it out, I'm going to go give you a sneak preview of every tip real fast. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, hit that bell so you can be notified about all this great content we give out weekly. It's weekly, every Tuesday, but I'm doing a special one today because someone asked me for this one. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Again, here's the 12 tips, the best way to teach a young child a sport. Number one, let your child follow their own passions. Number two, model positive behavior. Tip 3, encourage and respect coaches. Tip 4, teach good sportsmanship. Tip 5, provide nutritional food options. Tip 6, help manage emotions. As a parent, we need to do this. Tip 7, be proud of your kids no matter what the outcome is. Tip 8, be present. Go to their practice, go to their games if you can make it, as many as possible. Your presence means more than you think. Tip 9, ask the right questions. After practice, have a open-ended question. How did your practice go? Or how you feel about the game? Those type of questions. Tip 10, allow natural consequences. So they'll know how to deal with responsibility. Things are going to happen that they may not like, or they may like. Number 11, tip 11, encourage teamwork. They have to be able to work as a team. Tips are awesome. And the last tip is set realistic goals for them that they can achieve. Remember, here at YouGoin'Pro channel, our job is help athletes achieve and develop proficiency. So insisting their passion for the game they love. This is Coach Laurie. I hope this has been a great, great show today. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Don't forget the like button, comment, hit that bell. This is Coach Laurie. I'm signing out. Hope you guys have a blessed and prosperous day. Take care. Bye-bye.